Of rooks was flying home for the night, dark blurs against a grey sky, flickering indistinctly. A bat pursued its evening meal up and down the line. Fen sat down on a suitcase and waited. He had finished one cigarette and was on the point of lighting another when the sound of a car engine stirred him into activity. He returned, burdened with cases, to the station yard. Against all probability, the taxi was new and comfortable, and its driver, too, was unexpectedly attractive. A slim, comely, black-haired young woman, wearing blue slacks and a blue sweater. "Sorry to keep you waiting," she said pleasantly. "I occasionally meet this train on the off chance that someone will want a car, but there are evenings when no one's on it at all, so it's scarcely worthwhile. Here, let me give you a hand with your bags." The luggage was stowed away. Fen asked and obtained permission to sit in front. They set off. In the deepening darkness there was little outside the car to repay attention, and Fen looked instead at his companion, admiring what the dashboard light showed of her large green eyes, her full mouth, her fine, lustrous hair. "Girls who drive taxis," he ventured, "are surely uncommon?" She took her eyes momentarily from the road to glance at him, saw a tall, lean man with a ruddy, cheerful, clean-shaven face and brown hair, which stood up mutinously in spikes at the crown of his head. In particular, she liked his eyes. They showed charity and understanding, as well as a taste for mischief. "Yes, I suppose they are," she agreed. "But it isn't at all a bad life. If you actually own your car, as I do, it's been a good investment." "You've always done this, then?" "No, for a time I worked in Boots, the book department, but it didn't suit me, for some reason. I used to get dizzy spells." "Inevitable, I should think, if you work in a circulating library." A fallen tree appeared out of the gloom ahead of them. It lay half across the lane. The girl swore mildly, braked, and circumnavigated it with care. "I always forget that damn thing's there," she said. "It was blown down in a gale, and Shooter ought to have taken it away days ago. It's his tree, so it's his responsibility. But he's really intolerably lax." She accelerated again, asking, "Have you been in this part of the world before?" "Never," said Fen. "It seems very out of the way," he added reprovingly. His preferences were not bucolic. "You're staying at the Fish Inn?" "Yes." "Well, I ought perhaps to warn you—" The girl checked herself. "No, never mind." "What's all this?" Fen demanded uneasily. "What were you going to say?" "It was nothing. How long are you here for?" "It can't have been nothing." "Well, anyway, there's nowhere else for you to stay even if you wanted to." "But shall I want to?" "Yes. No, that's to say, it's an extremely nice pub, only— Oh, damn it, you'll have to see for yourself. How long are you staying?" Since it was clear that no further enlightenment was to be expected, Fen answered the question. "Till after polling day," he said. "Oh, you're not Gervase Fen, are you?" "Yes." She glanced at him with curiosity. "Yes, I might have known." After a pause, she went on. "You're rather late starting your election campaign, you know. There's only a week to go. And I haven't seen a single leaflet about you, or a poster, or anything." "My agent," said Fen, "is dealing with all that." The girl considered this reply in silence. "Look here," she said. "You're a professor at Oxford, aren't you?" "Of English." "Well, what on earth— I mean, why are you standing for Parliament? What put the idea into your head?" Even to himself, Fen's actions were sometimes unaccountable, and he could think of no very convincing reply. "It is my wish," he said sanctimoniously, "to serve the community." The girl eyed him dubiously. "Or at least," he amended, "that is one of my motives. Besides, I was getting far too restricted in my interests. Have you ever produced a definitive edition of Langland?" "Of course not," she said crossly. "I have. I've just finished producing one. It has queer psychological effects. You begin to wonder if you're mad, and the only remedy—